All right, welcome back. Democrats claiming victory in two hotly contested gubernatorial elections. So what exactly do these races mean for the parties moving forward, specifically in 2018? Here now to weigh in is spokesman for MediaDC, Ron Meyer. Ron, thanks so much for coming on this morning. We're going to start with Virginia, where Ralph Northam won handily against Ed Gillespie by about 8 or 9 points, as you see the numbers here. Is that a big surprise?
Republicans turned out about normal, but Democrats turned out almost like it was a presidential year. So I was out in Loudoun County, which is usually a swing county, and I was in swing precincts, but those swing precincts became heavy Democrat precincts. The Democrats wanted to send a message. There are a lot of disenfranchised Republicans. People were angry about Trump. There's no way to put it. They aren't angry about his policies. They're angry about his personality. They're angry about division in America. And so I'm a Republican. I wish I could say something different. But people are frustrated about Trump. They want someone who's more presidential, at least in this area, at least in Northern Virginia, in this region. And frankly, the state, I think, did send a message to him, whether or not Republicans and Trump supporters want to hear that.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Here is the president tweeting on what happened in Virginia last night. Ed Gillespie worked hard but did not embrace me or what I stand for. Don't forget, Republicans won 4 out of 4 House seats, and with the economy doing record numbers, we will continue to win even bigger than before. So his position is that it's because he didn't go along with the president's policies.
The president was tweeting nonstop for Ed Gillespie. Ed Gillespie ran a Trump-like campaign, ran on MS-13. Northern Virginians, like where he got crushed, they care about transportation. Ed didn't run on anything on transportation. I love Ed as a friend, but he didn't run on transportation. He ran on the economy on MS-13 in the safest place and in the place that's doing best economically in the entire country. And so then with Trump, this whole thing, I mean, it snowballed for Republicans. We might even lose the House of Delegates. So Republicans have a lot. Listen, if we decide not to change anything after this, especially in Virginia, we're going to be in trouble. We have to look for candidates who will run on local issues, localized races, and actually do the hard work on the ground to win elections.
Yeah, that was going to be a tough one for Republicans there in Virginia. Let's go to New Jersey. I don't think this surprised a lot of people. Phil Murphy beating Kim Guadagno. You know, the prior governor, Chris Christie, very unpopular after the Bridgegate scandal. This was not a big surprise, right?
No, it wasn't. It's just crazy to think about that 4 years ago, just 4 years ago, this was a 60-40 Republican race. And so Republicans can win in states like this. But this guy, Phil Murphy, he ran as like a Bernie socialist. The fight for 15 sanctuary cities, really hard left. He energized their base. And frankly, the Republicans had nothing to sort of energize their people. It still was decently close. It was only an 11-point race in what's become a pretty blue state. But I'm not sure this one has all that much national significance.
Yeah, I didn't take that one as a big indicator either. Let's go to New York City now. Another, not a big shocker here. It's hard to unseat a sitting mayor. We have always known this. De Blasio just smears Nicole Malliotakis. I think a big part of that is that nobody knows who Nicole Malliotakis is, and everybody knows Bill de Blasio is the mayor, right?
Well, she's really popular in Staten Island, and I think she definitely has a future. She ran a really good campaign for a 32-year-old who just basically, he's done a ton of work out in Staten Island. It just has to grow a presence in the city, especially in Manhattan. Yet New York is just dark, dark blue. It's just dark, dark blue.
Except Staten Island.
Right, except for Staten Island, right? And the thing is, Bill de Blasio is out there banning everything. He's even banning e-bikes. E-bikes. This is like an economically friendly way to commute, and he's banning that. This city, I think you know, is going in the wrong direction. But listen, it's Democrat. So whoever wins the Democrat primary is going to win the mayor's race.
It's very blue, and he is dark blue, Mr. de Blasio is. Let's go to Alabama, the Senate race. I think that's coming up in about a month. Roy Moore, the Republican, versus Doug Jones. This one's tight. This is a Republican must-win, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, the fact that it's tight is sort of embarrassing. If Republicans lose this one, Republicans have no chance in 2018. And so, listen, Roy Moore needs to get a decisive win. Republicans need to take this race seriously and not just take it for granted. Yes, it is Alabama, just like New York City's New York City, but man, do the work. Do the work, go out and turn out the vote, and don't just rest on your laurels, which is what I'm afraid they're doing.
You can't blow a blood red state, that's for sure. Arizona, let's go there really quick. Martha McSally and Kelly Ward.
Yeah, Martha McSally looks like she's going to get in the race. I think she'll be the front runner from day one. She was the first woman combat pilot. She spent her career shooting terrorists from airplanes. I think she'll be the strongest candidate to win in that race.
Yeah, well, Jeff Flake is out, so let's see what happens there. Okay, thank you so much.
Thanks,
we appreciate your time.